Hi friends! My Pat McGrath Labs Divine Blush Duo package finally arrived. I thought it was going to arrive next week. I received an initial alert saying Tuesday the 21st and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do about that? But then it updated to say it will arrive today. Very happy to report that I ordered the customized trio, Paradise Glow, Cosmic Coral, Night Bloom, and also ordered one of the highlighters in Golden Moonlight. I think this broke during transit. It's not cracked, but the base is loose in the pan, so we'll be very careful when I swatch that. And look what else I received. I hope you did as well. A Divine Skin sample. I was hoping the brand will do this eventually. Yes, ideally would have done so before the product went live, but I know Pat McGrath and brand love the drama, but at least you can get a sample if you were thinking about this upon the Rose Essence release, just to get a feel of the texture and the smell and all that. But ain't that just adorable? Not a lot if you're away for a week, but great for a weekend getaway. I'll be keeping this bottle. A few updates about Paradise Glow. Thank you to Maya and Meg for letting me know and confirming that the shade here is indeed Paradise Venus, but the shade here, I believe it's Nude Venus. But some of you had said Desert Orchid. I think it is Nude Venus. Let's make a quick comparison. So here I have Nude Venus next to Paradise Glow, and here I have Desert Orchid next to Paradise Glow. It could be the same. I thought this looked a little more peachier than Desert Orchid. I know we went over this already, but here I'll do another swatch just in case. So here is the Paradise Glow shade, and here is the Desert Orchid shade, and here is Nude Venus. I think this might be a new shade altogether in the duo, Desert Orchid, Nude Venus, and of course this shade here is indeed Paradise Venus. And Pat had confirmed in post comments that this was indeed the only existing shade in a duo, and all the others are new. So with that said, I have both Cosmic Coral and Night Bloom, and they just look out of this world. I cannot wait to get into the swatches. We have to start with Night Bloom. Look at this, just the design on this is lovely. I can't get enough. This is more like a violet magenta, and the flower part is, ooh, that's red. Okay, so here is the violet portion, and here is, my goodness, that is insane. Now on the photos it looked cooler, so now this makes a lot more sense, where mixed together it's going to have just like that vibrant red magenta hue to it. And I'll quickly swatch Electric Bloom. Electric Bloom has a little more orange in there. So here is next to Night Bloom. My goodness. Whoa. Cosmic Coral, we're looking at like a warm beige, like a tan beige and a pink here. Let's get a little bit of that beige and get a little of this pink. So here is the tan part and the pink part. The pink is pretty light, but I could only imagine when mixed together it will create a lovely flush. Let's do that now, and my apologies, I'll do the same with Night Bloom momentarily, but that is the mix shade for Cosmic Coral, and here is the mix shade for Night Bloom. Yeah, again, very in your face. Now to Golden Moonlight, and I will then swatch this next to Golden Nectar. Again, being very careful here, not lifting the compact all the way up, because in fear that the actual powder will fall out. So here is Golden Moonlight, Golden Champagne shade, and next to Golden Nectar, I think Golden Nectar might have a little bit more of like a coolness to it. So it looks like to have like a little more pink, yeah? And of course, Venus Nectar, which now released in a single in this collection, definitely has more pink than both, yeah? So that has a little more pink than Golden Nectar and Golden Moonlight. And of course, we have to check out Divine Rose. Totally different formula, but just for color's sake, yeah? It's like a mixture between Golden Nectar and Venus Nectar, but that's my favorite formula. I think it has a lot more shine than the pressed powder formula, but it's all good. That's just my personal preference. If you want product details, you can find those in my original video where I received PR from Pat McGrath Labs. I went over Paradise Glow and Divine Rose 2, but quickly just to share, these retail for $44, the duos do, and the highlighters I believe for $48. On the website, you can create your trios. They come in threes. You can choose your colors, or you could choose different bundles. And those bundles I believe are discounted, so you won't be able to use any 10% off, but you can if you're buying products individually. With all the details and swatches out the way, why don't we come in a little closer? That's enough. All right, so I had to redo my makeup because my audio card just stopped working. But the bright side is to talk about Night Bloom and its intensity. I still kept the footage of when I was yapping, and of course nothing was being recorded, but it's a lot. And I would suggest, if you're my skin tone, that you would go in with a light squirrel brush, something that's not going to pick up as much product, because it does leave behind a beautiful burnt look, like a corally red hue. If you use too much though, you could look like, yes, you could look like a clown, but some people love that look. But on me, it was obvious that there was just too much makeup on my face. So taking my Surratt cheek brush and lightly on both sections, and even so, it's red. And I did not set my foundation. I have the NARS Light Reflecting on in Syracuse, and even just that packs a lot of punch. But I think if you can start higher on the cheeks and then bring the residual down, it leaves behind a beautiful color, right? So this I can deal with. Before, what you saw, I picked up way too much. And this color by itself has definitely more of a magenta hue. Ultimately, however, I would just combine the shades because the end result is similar, just like that deep, warm, reddish hue. And there you go. We got the sunburnt look going on. Now with Cosmic Coral, I adore this shade. It's like a warm beige, and when combined with the pink, it's lovely. I just want to show how it looks with the color in the hollows of my cheeks. But because if you want it like more of a bronzed moment, I think this is great. Maybe what people were looking for in Paradise Glow, just something different from what already exists in the original Divine blush collection, because that is great. Now, I have the Haus Labs bronzer that has more like a ruddier, structured type of a sculpt hue to it. This is great, I feel, to wear on its own, maybe in the hollows of the cheeks if you're around my skin tone, or even lower. But when combined with the pink, and I had described this color in my terracotta video, that sure, pink is not my go-to shade for blush, but if it's on the warmer side, corally, like brown beige side, I'm all for it. And then putting them both together, I can be more liberal here with this color than with Night Bloom. As you see, it's not as in your face, it's not as aggressive. And yeah, I think it's just fantastic combination of the tan beige and warm pink. This will be my ideal like pink profile for summer, or for any time of year if I choose a pink blush. What I would gravitate towards over Divine Rose 2, although lovely, I think this is a great color also. It's more of a cooler neutral pink on me, whereas Cosmic Coral is kind of more my wheelhouse of blush preference shade. Now with Golden Moonlight, shiny, shiny, shiny. When I apply this in the original take, oh my goodness me, taking a very small brush, because as you see, I keep it right at the pinpoint, and then I'll start to travel a little lower and higher from that initial application. And the shine on this is crazy versus Haus Labs, which, dare I say, has like an astral characteristic to it when it comes to the twinkle finish. And Golden Moonlight, as you saw from the swatches, it leans more golden champagne, and with both shades, well, it speaks for itself. Now, to compare Cosmic Coral to, let's say, Nude Venus, because individually I think Nude Venus will be the shade that kind of reminds me of this color, and this is one of my most favorite shades out of the entire collection. Nude Venus definitely has more of like a peachy tone to it, and Cosmic Coral with the pink and the beige, this definitely has more of a pinky hue. but it's warmer in undertone still. If you have Nude Venus, maybe you can mix Nude Venus and Cherish or Love Struck together. I think perhaps you could get like a similar feel from that combination. Let's put Nude Venus up against Cherish. So Cherish is going to be cooler in tone, so if you want that slight adjustment, you can definitely make that happen. I think trying the duos reveals just how flexible the formula is, because it's so airlight in texture. When you mix the individual blush shades together, they don't look muddy, they just enhance each other. It's kind of what I experience with Viseart mattes, right? When you mix the colors together, they don't muddy, they just create another color. So if anything, I understand if you want to skip this release. If the overall feel you think you can create with blushes you already own, I get that, and you can successfully, right? We saw with Paradise Glow, combining whether it be Paradise Venus Desert Orchid or Paradise Venus and Nude Venus, I don't think you can tell that you mix individual shades versus using the new duo, right? You're still going to have that same vibe, but you could achieve those results successfully because the formula is just beyond versatile in terms of if you want to apply solo or mix all the shades together, however you want to do it. Night Bloom you can achieve with Electric Bloom. This shade doesn't really exist in the original Divine Blush collection, but when applied on the skin, it has such like a reddish magenta feel to it that ultimately if you have Electric Bloom, you can create that same vibe. Or if you have a shade in another brand that can resemble that part of the duo. So yes, they're different, but this is what you're gonna get. If you're around my skin tone, this is the result that you're gonna get most likely. And I can try to pick up the exclusive magenta shade, and this is what you get. So it's a little more purpley, but if I use this duo, I'm going to mix the two together. That's ideally what my plan would be. So if you feel you want Night Bloom because you want this color, and if you're deeper than me, and if you feel that color will benefit your complexion, totally understandable. But as far as me using that color exclusively, I don't think I would. I think I would just mix them together, because for me, that will yield the best end result, because this duo is so vibrantly pigmented that I have to be a little more careful, whereas with Cosmic Coral, I could be more liberal in the application, and of course with Paradise Glow, all over and done. All right, friends, that is it. I just wanted to throw in extra footage of me applying Paradise Glow so you can see how it compares to Cosmic Coral. And just from the final result, Cosmic Coral definitely delivers a heartier pink hue, whereas Paradise Glow is giving you more terracotta, in that realm of just like clay earth. And with the combination of Nude Venus, Desert Orchid, and Paradise Venus, I think if you have those three, you can create this side. When it comes to Cosmic Coral, combining Nude Venus, Cherish, Love Struck, maybe a little bit of Desert Coral, you know, in there, or you could do Paradise Venus, Cherish, or Love Struck, mixing in a pinkier shade with the beigey, terracotta, brownier hues that already exist in the Divine Blush collection. You can achieve either side. And I applied Night Bloom on my eyes on this side and Cosmic Coral on this side. If you're not really an eyeshadow person, but you could get down with some blush on the eyes, you can definitely use those shades for this look. As beautiful as Night Bloom is, if you already have Electric Bloom, I would say Electric Bloom is far easier to manage than Night Bloom. Night Bloom is easy to blend, but if you pick up too much, you might have to buff away extra product or go in with some foundation just to dial down the intensity. And in terms of taking those extra steps, I don't think it worth spending $44 extra if you already have Electric Bloom and you're my skin tone. If you're deeper, however, Electric Bloom is going to give you that vibrancy like whoa. It would have been nice to see more of like a wine berry shade, because with deeper skin tones, I feel sometimes it has to be the vibrant shade, and I think those with a deeper skin tone also like the more subdued colors as well. So we have a lot of the rosier pinks. Maybe if Pat came out with like, I don't know, like a berrier hue that I think would have looked lovely on, yes, deeper skin tones, but could be dialed down for medium to light as well. We shall see, however, because we have more than enough blush at the moment, but just wanted to give you the update. If you already have the Divine Blush collection, definitely you can mix and match. And something again that I discovered is just the fluid and versatile nature of the Divine Blush formula in terms of layering and being successful in creating new gradients, new shades, and just having a little more fun with mixing and matching those blush shades. Out of all the duos, I think Cosmic Coral is my favorite because I think it delivered like that warm pink hue that I also love. Not my favorite in terms of me favoring terracotta hues, but definitely love this shade. And Paradise Glow, you know, if you already have Desert Orchid, Nude Venus, or Paradise Venus, you could create those. And Night Bloom, as beautiful as it is, takes a little bit of strategy. And again, if you have Electric Bloom, you should be great to go. Golden Moonlight is gorgeous. I mean, the pressed powder shade with this formula is outstanding. As you see, crazy shine, pretty easy to apply. I would use a light hand, however, so it doesn't look overly shiny and obvious, but it blends well with the Divine Blush formula, or any formula for that matter. Let me know if you received your Divine Blush duos, what you think about the shades you ordered, your experience with them, if you got your little Rose Essence sample. I'll see you down in the comments, fam, and until then, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I will see you on here again with another review tutorial, blush extravaganza, monthly favorite, or eyeshadow tutorial. Take care, and I will see you again soon.